first and foremost, before we get into this commentary, people, which is very fitting for today's date, let me just say, who in the hell said that Friday the 13th was an unlucky day, man? First thing I see on my phone when I woke up earlier this morning was the fact that we hit I think I spoke it into existence, man. The fact that we hit the 8K mark, ladies and gentlemen, to the reviewers, listeners, lovers, supporters out there. And support, man, let me just talk about that for one quick second and not get emotional, man. It goes a really long way. So to not be long-winded when I'm talking about support, I appreciate each and every single one of y'all that tune into this podcast whenever I drop these episodes, whether y'all are late to the party, whether y'all tune in the second I drop them, whether y'all get into them later on in the day. I appreciate and have so much love and respect for every single one of you listeners out there. And I say this all the time, man. I wish I knew who listens to my podcast individually, because I swear on everything I love, if it took me a week, if it took me a month, I would take the time out to individually thank every single one of y'all, man. I'm so appreciative. I'm so grateful, so humbled to have such a big support system on this platform and the other platforms that the podcast is on, man. And shout out to Anchor. And again, shout out to the, the listener supporters, the reviewers, man. Love you guys so much, man. It means so much, man. And I've got that big dumb smile on my face again, but I won't start getting all emotional. I promise y'all I won't cry. I promise y'all. Let's get into it, people. Let's get into it. Friday the 13th is today's date. First of all, happy birthday, Jason Voorhees. That motherfucker's like, what, 1,000 years old? I actually don't know how old Jason is. What was he, 11 when he drowned? What was that, 1957? Fuck it, I'm no mathematician. I will not do the math. Y'all do the math for me in y'all heads. But happy birthday, Jason Voorhees, my second favorite slasher. We all know Michael Myers is first up in here. We know that shit. We know. But Jason Voorhees will always be my my second favorite slasher, because Jason is, while I never really found Jason too scary like that, Jason's just a badass, man. He's the rock star of all the slashers. That is exactly what I've always called him. So much so that he actually killed somebody with a fucking guitar. He's that much of a rock star, and that was in Jason Takes Manhattan. Y'all can check out my shit show commentary edition if y'all want to. It's pretty old, but if y'all dig deep enough, y'all will find it somewhere in the archives of the episodes, man. But today I told myself, man, I need to get on a binge as soon as I get in the crib, and I need to knock out Friday 13th Part 2, Friday 13th Part 4, and Friday 13th Part 6. Those are the last three in this franchise that I have to do. I'm not really counting Freddy vs. Jason, even though that film is celebrating the release. It's released back in 2003. And I did show some love to that movie. And I told, I said in my post on Facebook that Freddy vs. Jason was actually one of the best movie theater experiences I've ever had in my life. As many flaws as that movie has, it's really fun to watch, especially if you got a couple cold ones, bunch of snacks and shit, some pizza, wings, and a whole bunch of people over. It's a lot of fun to be had with that movie. But it's Jason's day, and I'm not going to share it with Freddy Krueger. Freddy's a fucking asshole, we know that, but Freddy, he's number 3 in my slashers. But we're not going to share it, man. We're going to focus on the big guy here, and we're going to do this commentary for Friday the 13th Part 2, which came out in 1981. This is fresh, literally fresh off the heels of the original movie. And I feel like Sean S. Cunningham, Frank Mancuso, Paramount, they said, you know what? We scared the shit out the audience members and had one of the greatest jump scares in cinematic history and horror history ever at the end of the movie. So yeah, let's do it. The movie made a shit ton of money back in 1980. So they got the wheels turning real quick with this sequel. And this sequel, Sean S. Cunningham did not come back to do this movie. It was directed by Steve Miner, who would go on to direct Friday 13th Part 3. He's the only director, I think, that to come back to back and direct more than one Friday 13th movie. But Steve Miner also, he directed Lake Placid, he directed Halloween H2O, he directed if you're a fan of terrible zombie movies, no disrespect to Steve Miner, but it is not a good movie. He directed the remake of Day of the Dead, the first one, not Bloodline, but the first one with Nick Cannon, Mina Suvari, Ving Rhames. It's all over the goddamn place, people. If you want a wild time with zombies crawling on the ceiling and all types of crazy shit, then watch Day of the Dead. I'm not recommending it as if it's a good movie, but it's just weird that Steve Miner would attach himself to something like that. But the script was, Victor Miller did not come back to write the script. The script was written by Ron Kurz, and Betsy Palmer does make an appearance in this movie, but it's only in flashback sequences and like, you know, just flashes in like some dreamy like state and stuff like that when Jason is envisioning his mother. Amy Steele is in the, you know, she's the lead final girl here, and Amy Steele, she's no stranger to horror either, because she was also in April Fool's Day. Y'all can check out my commentary for that if y'all want to. But Amy Steele is probably arguably one of the most underrated final girls in this series, man. She pulls some really decent psychological shit with Jason towards the end of the movie that actually ends up kind of sort of saving her life. Adrienne King comes back, but you know, she's, spoiler alert if you haven't seen this movie, she's hardly in the movie, man. She's the opening sequence, so we all know what that means. Now, Warrington Gillette, before we jump into this commentary, let me say this. Warrington Gillette is the guy who played the unmasked Jason for the jump scare at the end of this movie. But Warrington Gillette is always credited as Jason Voorhees in this movie. But he's only played Jason, and he only played Jason in like one scene. And rest in peace, shout out to Steve Dash, the actual actor who physically did all the Jason stuff in the Baghead mask. And I feel like Steve Dash never really got the credit he deserved, because it was always Warrington Gillette going to these conventions and doing these interviews and talking about how much fun it was to play the role. So again, much respect to the late great Steve Dash, and rest in peace, shout out to that guy for playing the first grown version of, well, I don't know if he was grown or teenage, whatever the case may be, man. Let's not try to make logic out of everything and think about this timeline and make sense of it, because it, you know, it doesn't make sense. But you know, I wish Steve Dash got the dues, the proper dues before his passing, for playing Jason Voorhees, the first Jason, not the first Jason. That was Ari Lerner. Don't quote me on this. I know it's Ari something, the guy that played Jason as a kid that jumps out of the water. But this is the first time we see Jason in his full glory, getting the torch from Mommy Dearest and running around Camp Crystal Lake, slashing up horny ass, drugged up teenagers. So without further ado, people, let's jump into this commentary. And this is no, you know, there's no uncut version of this that I know of. This is no uncut or extended anything. This is the standardized theatrical run through for Friday 13th Part 2. And that's just in case y'all tuning in with me, man. And yeah, if y'all are tuning in with me, y'all are the True Tudor Reviews MVPs as usual. Y'all already know what it is, man. So with that being said, people, let's jump into this commentary for Friday the 13th Part 2. I will hit the play button in 3, 2, 1. Every time I say I'm gonna hit the play button, I always press it twice. Just, you know, precautionary purposes and shit. Wait, is my sound on? Or are we just starting off really, really quiet? Oh no, here we go. Fucking his Adidas all up, and they already dicked. Then you get to come in the house with soggy socks, milled, like, come on, man. And don't you talk shit. Also, shout out to Harry Manfredini, a true day one for the Friday 13th franchise, man. I think the last movie he did music for was The New Blood, and Harry Manfredini's musical score in these movies was amazing. It's really, like, I say this probably in every Friday 13th commentary that he's done music for. His music is very piercing. Now, Adrienne King, was this the first movie? I'm wondering, was this the first movie to bring back the survivor from the last movie and kill them in the opening act? Because this is some like Scream 3, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 type of stuff, and Halloween 5 also. Now, sadly, Alice did not make my list. There's an episode I want to do. I actually got to finish like outlining it, but you know, when movies killed off important characters like they were nothing, you know, like Randy in Scream 2, Joey Kincaid and Kristen in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Shit, killing John Connor, you know, if we step outside of horror for a second, when they killed John Connor in Dark Fate in the first 5 minutes of the movie. When they killed Ellie Cornell in Halloween 5, it's like they just dispose of certain characters like they're nothing, and that's a slap in the face to the fans.
We can go now. Yeah. Sweet.
I don't know anybody that has nightmares like that, because if I'm shaking like that, I'm gonna wake up. Poor Jason. Now, Jason, hold up, time out. Let me just say this. Jason was innocent, alright, until he came back and started murdering people. But if he wasn't a good swimmer like his mom said, what the fuck was he doing all the way out in the middle of the lake? That poker damn near made no sound when she hit her on the back. Oh, poor Robbie Morgan. Betsy Palmer was great, man. She was such a great actress. Rest in peace. Shout out to her. she tried to fucking stab Alice with a boat paddle. Jason really is his mother's son because they use whatever to kill people. Jason just takes it to the extreme because he will literally... Jason will kill you with this phone that I'm looking at right now. Here we go. One of the best decapitations ever. Mrs. Voorhees is like, oh my god. Now, while the special effects in this movie are good, it was kind of a bummer that Tom Savini didn't come back, because they had groundbreaking effects in 1980 for that first movie, and Tom Savini just knocked it out the park, man. He was fresh off of Dawn of the Dead, like 2 years prior. And he did some shit that people had never seen on screen before, man. He's like, he likes to think of them as magic tricks, his gore, which they are. Listen, I would have screamed just like her if that ugly son of a bitch jumped out of the lake. Because Jason, look. We know Jason's been down there for a while. He's covered in moss and probably barnacles and all types of shit. But bruh, you ugly.
2 of my men pulled you out of the lake. We thought you were dead too. Do you remember very much?
The boy. Is he dead too?
Who?
The boy, Jason.
How much morphine have you had, young lady?
Jason.
In the lake, the one who attacked me, the one who pulled me underneath the water.
Ma'am, we didn't find any boy.
Now, granted, she was smoking bud and drinking Budweiser, so maybe she was just high and drunk. But that's the thing, man. That's the thing that fans will never know. Was she imagining that? Did Jason really jump out of the lake? And if he did, how the hell was he still a boy? Like, it was just a jump scare for jump scare's sake, even though it worked. And it's, like I said, one of the greatest jump scares in history. Excuse me. But it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. But, you know, if you try to make sense of a lot of shit in the series, even some of the best Friday the 13th sequels, you won't be able to. You can't make sense about it. Damn. She answered it like just so full of joy, and then she's like, hey mom, damn. What did you come to scold me about this time? I'm such a geek, man, because I was about to say that's a really nice bookshelf she's got.
Come on, Mom. We've been through all of this before. I just have to put my life back together, and this is the only way I know how.
Damn, give a break.
Look, Mom, please. It's getting late, and I really don't want to get into it. I'll call you tomorrow. Bye.
Now I wonder where this took place and how Jason found her. Again, if we keep trying to connect the dots, a lot of it's not going to add up. But inquiring minds want to know. The hell did Jason find her? And a lot of this opening sequence is just... It's just Alice doing a bunch of nothing, you know? But I like that, you know what? And I appreciate and respect the fact that even though she is the opening kill here, they did not make her the typical bimbo who gets naked and gets killed. You know, they did that tastefully right there. They showed she was off screen. She tossed her clothes on the bed. She came back on into the frame with a robe on. And they didn't try to, make it into what they probably would do today. Did she just break the fourth wall and look at the kid? She looked directly at the camera. But that's, I say that to say this. That's what they did with Rachel's character, Ellie Cornell's character, Rachel, in Halloween 5. Rachel was this wholesome girl. And I remember the director, Dwight Little, saying during the commentary that it was either a commentary or the making of Halloween 4 documentary. He said that she looked like she really could be a girl that lived in Haddonfield, just a regular girl. And like I said, she was wholesome. But in Halloween 5, she's walking around the house in her panties and a t-shirt, and they show her in the shower, and she's running around in the neighborhood with a towel on looking for her dog. And it's like, really? Like, y'all just reduced her to, a typical chick that gets killed, gets naked, gets killed in a horror movie, which it gets old after a while. People, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a fly in here, right? And this thing is getting on my last goddamn nerves. So if y'all hear like a whoosh or a sound like that, that is me literally trying to swing a DVD cover to kill this fucker. And I will kill this fucker, trust me. They use this music, this particular score in part 3 too. They sample a lot of different. I mean, it's Harry Manfredini. He can do whatever he wants with the music that he composes himself. But they trade a lot of familiar tunes throughout the series. Like there's a lot of music from part 5 and part 7, so on and so forth. There's a lot of music from part 1 in part 4. Damn it. You trying to die, cat? Typical jump scare cat. It's a nice looking cat though.
You want something to eat?
You think? No, is that just a random cat, or does she just feed strays and... Hey! Getting some head. Oh, poor Alice. Now, you know what I never noticed, right? He stabs her in the head with that ice pick. Jason's hands are dirty as shit. But he stabs her in the head with that ice pick, right? And later on, when Amy Steele puts on Jason's mom's sweater at the end, and she's trying to like manipulate Jason and thinking that she is his mother, Amy Steele's body, her skeleton is on the floor in that room with the ice pick still stuck in her head. So again, it's something we can't make sense of. It's like, how much time passed for her ass to become a full fucking skeleton? Whatever. Whatever, man. I'm along for the ride, just like y'all. Now, is this one of my favorite opening themes? As far as the title cards and all that stuff, or the opening credits? No. I like the last one better, but this is definitely better than that disco theme that they did in the beginning of part 3. I don't hate it, but it was just very weird for them to do that. I don't know, I'm trying to think of my... Oh, Carl Fullerton did the special effects for this. Which is weird, because I don't think he came back for part 3. I think Martin Becker... I'm not sure, but I know Martin Becker was on board for part 5, for part 6. Then John Carl Buechler came to do the effects for part 7. But I got sidetracked for a second. I was about to say, I kind of, as far as the opening themes, I really favor the first Friday the 13th opening theme and part 5. I like part 5's theme a lot. I'm sorry. Now this was pretty familiar. First of all, I'm mad that this motherfucker's driving to Camp Crystal Lake in a monster truck. But this was familiar because it reminded me of Kevin Bacon and you know, the other two characters, Ned and Marcy, when they were driving to Camp Crystal Lake in a truck. That's Bill Randolph and Marta Kober. And of course, they're the, you know, they really are like Jack and Marcy from the first movie, Kevin Bacon and the actress from the first movie, because they're the horny couple that we get introduced to early on.
Yeah, Tanner's here.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, so you gonna come down and get us or what? Yeah, okay, give me the directions. Here, wait. All right. Okay, go ahead, all right. The old North Road. Look for a dairy.
I'm not gonna lie, people, I'm not a cooler type of person, but these Seagram's escapes aren't bad. I have a Calypso Colada right now. Only because, you know, I don't normally drink shit like this, but I'm just taking it easy. I didn't feel like taking a long-ass walk in 99-degree weather, which it is today, people. So if you're in Philly, please stay cool and stay hydrated all day long. But I was not about to take that walk today to get my cold ones. I'm like, some coolers up in the fridge. I ain't soft or nothing, you know. If anybody out there was like, what, you drinking a cooler? Fuck out of here. I drink unleaded gasoline if I got to, damn it. Because I'm a gangster. I just like the taste of this cooler right now. This dude is not even, he's acting like he's deaf, like he can't even hear, he's not even looking at him. That's my dude right there, man. Stuart Charno. I fucking loved this actor in the 80s, man. He's in all types of 80s movies. But the first movie that comes to mind, the guy that plays Ted here, first movie that comes to mind is it's an 80s movie with Joyce Heiser called Just One of the Guys. And this movie could never be made today because it's literally the girl. It could be made, but it would be controversial as fuck because it's the girl going undercover as a guy at the school. But Stuart Charno, he plays the guy who's got all the lizards. He's got the snakes and the iguanas and shit. He brings them to gym class. I love his character, man. Plus, he's one of the smart ones in this movie. He stays at the bar, doesn't go back to Crystal Lake to get killed. He might still be at that bar. Your microphone's on. I hated that they had a shot of the truck driving off and you could barely hear his joke. Somebody went through a lot of trouble. Just they put a big ass tree, half a damn tree in the middle of the road. Like this will stop him from going to Crystal Lake. He's better off just putting a spike strip out there. Then it could have been a crossover film because the spike strip could have had razors in it and it could have belonged to the Hilliker brothers from Wrong Turn. Damn, that's a good one to do commentary for. I would only probably do the first one and the last one that came out, The Foundation. Did a review for that too if y'all want to check it out. If y'all are fans of the Wrong Turn series, you have to go into the new movie expecting something completely different because it is not what you think it's going to be. But it was one of the I think it came out this year, matter of fact. Yeah, it was one of this year's best horror thrillers, whatever you want to consider it. It was such a surprise, man, at how good it was. I actually thought it was going to be good from the rip. Be nice if we got another Jason movie sometime soon. Yes, I'm talking to you, Sean S. Cunningham and Victor Miller. If y'all don't stop having a dick measuring pissing contest and let bygones be bygones. Find a deal you guys could split down the middle and give the fucking fan. It don't make no sense how they can't come, they can't come to an agreement and the Friday 13th series and just property in general is all wrapped up in this legal tape. But all the fans, we get Never Hike Alone, Never Hike in the Snow, Roseblood, I think is the title of another fan film coming out. They brought Lar Park Lincoln back from part 7 and Terry Kaiser back for a fan film. If fans can do that, but mainstream Hollywood can't even fucking come to an agreement to make a Friday the 13th deal, like, come on, man. This chick, now why does she have Daisy Dukes on? The little ass cheeks poking out of them. This dude's a creep. And he winked at her, but she liked it. She likes getting hit with little beads from a slingshot from creepy ass dudes in the woods.
Okay, let's settle down.
Now, what was he doing out there in the woods anyway?
Here at a new counselor training center. You've all worked as counselors at one camp or other. Terry, Vicky, you two were upstate last summer, right? Scott, hi, good to see you here, buddy. You need it. And Mark?
Why he had to come at his neck like that?
Together, right? Okay, the rest of you.
Ari Lemon, that's his name.
I'm also sure this
Who's also a musician. It just, it dawned on me. Ari Lemon is the guy who played the first Jason Voorhees that jumped out the water. And John Fury plays Paul there, who just tried to play my man's. And that's Crazy Ralph. Crazy Ralph. I called that man Ralph just now. What the hell am I, Elmer Fudd today? Walt Gorney, who is another reoccurring character in this movie. Amy Steele, ladies and gentlemen. I love Amy Steele. I don't know how many movies she was in, like, throughout her career, but I love Amy Steele in everything I see her in. And she is undoubtedly, probably more than likely, almost certainly in my top 3 final girls of the Friday the 13th series. Cause she's scared, but she puts in work. I'd put her in there. Chris from part 3. Shit, I would have to do a part 5. I had to do a top 5 final girls. I put Amy Steele in there. Jenny. I would put Chris from part 3. I would put Trish from part 4. Tina from part 7. I can't really count Pam as a final girl from part 5 because she was going up against Roy Burns. That wasn't the real Jason. Spoiler alert for anybody that didn't see part 5.
Alright. What the hell? Ginny, I'm starting to worry about you.
Bullshit, Paul.
If they remade this movie today, Paul would be played by Woody Harrelson, because that's who he reminds me of in this moment.
Ginny, put your car in the lot, okay? This place is starting to look like a Burger King.
There's one car that pulled up. Relax.
Let's keep our shit together, Steve. Right. Okay, look, a few words about safety. Axes, knives, lanterns, saws, they can all be trouble. Their misuse is the main cause of cancer. Be careful, put them in there. Now, a word of caution about our friends in the forest. Among other things, this is bear country. And contrary to what everybody hears, bears are dangerous.
You don't say. I thought bears were the friendliest animals ever.
Food orders claim that
He's talking to them like they're 6.
you're a woman, don't use
Bears, ladies and gentlemen,
and
have claws and teeth. Beware the bear.
having trouble?
She need to put oil in that piece of shit or something.
Just like kids.
Damn.
There's a little of that child psychology you're majoring in. Try it.
He didn't do anything. Ooh. Just exhaust all up in his mitt.
It's more fun using that child psychology on you. You're such a sucker, Paul.
And that just turned him on how she's talking shit to him.
I don't want to scare it.
Oh, here we go. This is a good scene. Good monologue.
I'm going to give it to you straight about Jason.
He was the Red Ranger in the Power Rangers.
In the lake after he drowned. Have you listened to the old timers in town? I tell you, he's still out there. Some sort of demented creature. Surviving in the wilderness. Full grown by now. Stalking.
You know,
What he needs.
I gotta admit, this is the type of shit I'm into if I go camping. Just sitting around a bonfire. Not the s'mores part. Fuck s'mores. I don't like marshmallows. All like that.
This area.
I almost threw up because when I went camping, the kids that were there with us, they all were just eating s'more after s'more after. I'm like, ugh. God, I was about to throw the fuck up. But I'm with this shit, like sitting around a campfire, you know, sharing stories and stuff like that. We actually did that when we went camping. The guy who was,
No one knows what happened to her.
I think he owned the campground.
Legend has it that
We were getting fucked up. We were doing lemon drops. We were drinking like, I think it was like Bacardi Citron or some shit like that. And the guy, the owner of the campsite pulls up on this go-kart type of thing, and he just gets a 6-pack of beer, sits it right next to him, and he's like, well, what are you guys doing? And he's just sharing all these stories, and we're cracking the fuck up. Like, the dude has stories for days. And he did that the last night that we were staying at the camp, so that was pretty dope.
long years he's been dormant. And he's hungry. Jason's out there. Watching. Always on the prowl for interns. Ready to kill. Ready to devour.
He's getting a real kick out of this story.
Thirsty for young blood.
Now, if somebody had a gun, they would have shot the shit out of Ted.
Come back! Okay, look, now we got that out of our system, okay? I don't want to hear any more about it. It's ancient history. Jason drowned, Mrs. Voorhees was killed, and Camp Crystal Lake is off limits. Got it? Got you. What do you think?
The second act needs more.
She just will not give him a break. I'm telling you, I love Amy Steele's character. She will not give Paul a break. Horny couple syndrome. I wonder what game he's playing right there. Probably Pong or some shit. He talking about something next. He's a, you know, they made the guy in the wheelchair the one that was sitting at a table just having arm wrestling contests with people that were standing in line, you know, just trying to impress the. I don't think he was trying to impress that girl Vicky, but she was on his dick hard throughout the entire movie.
Thinking to myself, Scott, old boy, what are you gonna do with the rest of your life?
Oh God. He's trying to impress Terry by dancing with her dog, Muffin.
I'm striking out all over the place.
Yeah. You got no game, kid.
Wrong, white man. Check. Mate. Oh, what now?
And he's just looking like, what the hell just happened? I lost? He's not even listening to what she's saying. He's just staring at the chessboard like, wait, what?
Poor bed. Night, Paul. See you in the morning.
Are they two-stepping or? Well, I don't know. I'm not the best dancer in the world, but I don't know what the fuck they were doing. He's playing an imaginary guitar.
Maybe there is something to that legend. Oh, come on, I'm serious.
No, wait. You're not getting me out there. Besides, Paul said it was off limits.
She gets a real kick out of Danger for some reason. She's like Catherine Isabel from See No Evil 2, where she was like over top of the dead body, like trying to kiss it and all types of shit. She's just like Danger and all types of morbid stuff. Which is ironic because me being a horror movie buff and just into everything horror, if my girl, like, I'd tell my girl, like, no, we're not checking out no Camp Crystal Lake. No. I love my life. Just right where it's at.
Hello? Who's there? Oh, God damn it!
Hey, calm down. You're like the natives.
Yeah, he trying to get some. Paul was super smooth the way he ran up in there like that. Amy Steele kisses very passionately in movies. Like, the way she kisses him in this movie, the way she kisses the guy that she's with in April Fool's Day, she is a passionate 80s kisser. Which is a good compliment because a lot of people in 80s horror movies don't know how to kiss worth a goddamn. Now, Ralph, what the hell is he doing? Like, that's not even Camp Crystal Lake. It's the next camp over. So why is Ralph just being a peeping Tom now? Like, what was his motive this time around? He didn't even get to say, you're all doomed. You'll never come back again. Crazy Ralph. Oh, and that's a wrap for his ass. And they brought back the which is something the later movies did not do. I think they stopped doing this maybe in part, I want to say they stopped doing this in part 5, where the screen just whites out. You know, when somebody gets killed or something happens and then the screen just goes white and then it goes into the next shot. I'd have been like, you do it. Damn it. That was rude of me to say. I'm so sorry. This is a Michael Myers POV type of shot. Well, they did come out the same year. Friday the 13th Part 2 and Halloween 2. Wait, was Halloween 2 in 81? I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Let me check just to be sure, because I don't want any of the Halloween purists out there like, you fucking moron. Let's see. Halloween 2. Yep, 1981. So both these movies, I wonder if they were in competition with each other. I'm not sure what month this movie and Halloween 2 came out, but Halloween 2 will always reign supreme over this movie. No disrespect, but y'all know Michael's my boy. But I ain't gonna I'm not gonna take away from Jason's day. Poor Muffin. I'm surprised Jason didn't eat the dog. Now the chainsaw that Jenny has will definitely play into a scene later on. Not like how I would want it to, but Ted is an asshole, man. But every Friday the 13th movie needs like a goofball, a practical joker, basically. Not necessarily a practical joker, but you know, the guy who is the goofy one. In the first one it was Ned, and this one is Ted. And part 3 is Shelly. Part 4 is it's a combination between Teddy and Jimmy. I'm not sure. But that's something that I feel like if no other slasher movie or slasher franchise rather, every Friday the 13th movie needs the goofball. You either root for him or he's getting on your nerves. Or both.
You ready? Camp Blood.
She said like it was a TV show they watch every Tuesday night. Like, you ready for Camp Blood episode 2?
I really want to see.
Season 12.
Look, we get back to the city. We can tell everyone we were there. Oh, come on, you chicken shit.
First of all, who you calling a chicken shit?
Okay, let's go.
She is way too excited about this. Now, normally this would be a scene where this couple would fuck in the woods because, like I said, they're like the horny couple of the bunch.
Okay, you guys, I got one. Ready?
Damn, Vicky is attached to the hip with this dude, man. The dude Mark in the wheelchair. Vicky is just on his top.
Round it just on the piano.
Your face.
Beethoven's left one.
She's all like sitting down, catching some rays, leaning on his wheelchair. Like, damn, girl. I like it. He was getting all the attention he didn't really want. I wish Mark survived this movie, man. Not just because he was in a wheelchair, but because he just seemed like a regular guy. Like he wasn't out to hurt anybody, or he didn't have no motives. Oh, wonder where Jason got his jeans from.
Yeah.
I mean, like his literal jeans that he's wearing. This might be the first movie and only movie Jason's ever worn jeans. Oh, you know what? I'm tripping. He's got a jean jumper on in this movie. Another thing I love is that as far as this look goes with Jason, because we know he's Baghead Jason in this one. He hadn't had the hockey mask yet. I don't know what they had planned on doing for the rest of the movies. But I like the Baghead look. But I love that they brought that back for the 2009 remake briefly. Because Derek Mears was badass. He made that Baghead Jason look scary as hell.
You're gonna have to keep your people away from that place, Holmes. It's condemned. Next time I catch anybody over there, I'm gonna have to run them in. He told us that, right? Ah, hell, let's do
You gotta love how both this movie and Halloween 2 had cops that got hammers to the head.
People say what you're doing with these kids is great. You got a good reputation.
Coincidence?
But if I
think not.
Kid in the next county, you're too close. Things have been quiet for 5 years, and that's the way we want to keep it. So do I, officer. So do I. Okay, you two.
He reminds me of Woody Harrelson, but he also reminds me, talking about Paul here, he also reminds me of Jim Carrey a little bit. Just the way he delivered that line, like just so nonchalantly, like, so do I, officer, so do I.
What kind of place is this, Ginny?
Oh, this is Camp Anawana, bitch. Where you thought you was at?
You okay?
You know, in some episodes, Camp Anawana was actually as scary as Crystal Lake. Do y'all remember Salute Your Shorts, Camp Anawana? Like, they had this episode one time with Zeke the plumber. Man, listen. That shit was nightmare fuel when I was a kid. Jason, yo, first of all, you're jaywalking. Second of all, what did he think he was just gonna run by and nobody was gonna notice him? Jason was too smooth, yo. And I love the earlier movies, right? Because everybody bitched about this in the 2009 remake, where Derek Mears was hauling ass in a couple scenes. One of the first kills, he's like hauling ass. Jason, he ran in these movies. In part 2, in part 3, in part 4, he runs full motherfucking speed after Kimberly Beck's character. Like full speed across the road to chase her into another house. But you know, Jason, I think when part 6 came along, he was just undead. So that was like supernatural zombie Jason. He just started moving slow. You are the worst cop in Friday the 13th history, man. That dude is getting his cardio in for the day. And he winded like shit. Look, he's like... he can't even breathe right now. First of all, I'm not chasing a motherfucker with a bag over his head in the woods. Jason owed him money or something. Because the way he was in hot pursuit. Jason's Love Shack, ladies and gentlemen. Love Shack, baby. See, I would have went in there and I probably would have just automatically started cleaning shit up because I'm like, Jason, you can't live like this, bro. We gonna have to do something about this. We gonna have to put you on flip our home because this place is fucked up. This really was Jason's little penthouse and shit. This rundown ass shack. That hammer to the head did look more realistic than when Mr. Garrett gets the hammer by from Michael Myers.
Okay, who else? We only have 2 cars. Oh, and by the way, our wanderers have volunteered to stay behind and watch the camp. Isn't that nice of them?
This chick, Terry's crop top is just barely covering her tits. Like, this girl does not like full pieces of clothing at all.
Yeah, nothing spoils a party faster than a drunk in a wheelchair.
That's crap.
Oh, shut
Go
up.
together if you want.
I appreciate that, but I'm in training.
And I'm staying too.
Suit yourself.
Yo, she got her foot on the gas with this dude, man. She wants that dick. Vicky really wants the D. She does, man. She's like, well, I'm staying if you're staying. I've never seen anyone in my life so excited about beer.
I'm going for a walk. We'll wait up for you, right?
I do like this shot right here. I don't think I've talked a lot about that because I mean it's not, they don't do anything too extravagant directing wise, but I like that shot of how it just focuses on them. They're folding the flag up and then they're all going inside. They turn the lights out, but then you see Jason's shadow just creeping by. And I like this shot right here. The cars going to the bar in the distance and the moon is just completely full. Subtle. She's like, I'm going for a walk, guys. I'm gonna go skinny dipping in this cold ass water and catch hypothermia and pneumonia. I hate that Jenny drives that teeny tiny ass buggy. Jason could just pick that shit up. That's how I feel about people that drive those tiny ass cars that look like piggy banks. You know, I don't have a car, so I can't really talk about somebody that does. But I just, like, if some, you know, y'all know what I'm talking about. Them little teeny tiny ass cars that look like they just broke the wind up part off of the back of them. Those cars are so fucking tiny. I don't know where people's groceries go. I don't know how you carpool in those. But it's like if somebody wanted to carjack you, they don't even have to do that with those cars. They could just pick that shit up and shake you out of it. Like, listen, man, don't make this any harder than it has to be. Get up out of here before I shake you out this shit. And you have to pick up all your change afterwards. I would drive a PT Cruiser before I drove one of those cars. And I actually used to like PT Cruiser. I'm not gonna lie. I remember I thought I was gonna die in one of those because quick little story, people. I was out Trevo's at my homies for the weekend, and this was like during my stoner era, and we were fucking toasted. What did our dumbasses decide to do? Be high in public and go to Neshaminy Mall. So we literally were leaving the neighborhood and going on the expressway and everything, and the dude that was driving was doing like this motherfucker was doing like $1,000 on these little ass streets on the expressway, and I put my seatbelt on, and everybody in the car was laughing. Like, I put my seatbelt on, somebody in the backseat put their seatbelt on. I'm like, listen, I thought I was going to die. They were listening to Dipset and shit in the radio, and I'm just like, nope, this is it. Lord, I'm on my way. But it was a dumbass move going to the mall, because I just, you know, I used to hate being in public when I smoked. Like, I feel like everybody knows I was roasted. I feel like everybody just was staring at me. And we went right in the food court, got something to eat, and we were just cracking the fuck up the entire time. But yeah, that's my little mini story about my first experience in a PT Cruiser, people. More stories on the way by Tudor Reviews. Yeah, this dude Scott, like, first of all, he goes about flirting with Terry all the wrong ways. You hit her in the ass with a slingshot. You ask her to dance, she says no. So then you ask her dog to dance, and you're dancing around the room with her dog, and now you're taking her clothes while you're like, he wouldn't survive the Me Too movement. You'd be out of there. So he just took her clothes while she's skinny dipping. Like, the dude's a creep.
Looking for something?
I don't know how that's even funny though. He's such a dick, man.
Give me my shirt, Scott. If I get my hands on you, Scott! It's no longer funny, Scott.
Help! Put down that Paul Himmin's wilderness bullshit.
What can I do?
Get me down, that's what.
I have to get a knife and cut the rope.
Well, hurry, okay?
Well, now you got orders and such.
I don't let you hang, you pervert.
Come on, Tara. Give me a break.
You gonna cut the crap?
Sure, anything. I promise.
Okay. Don't go anywhere.
She probably would have gave him some after this, actually, but
Very funny.
he was creepy, and he's actually about to meet his demise. And she just threw the towel in the bushes. Like, you could have used that towel. One thing you gotta love about the original, the first couple the earlier Friday 13th movies is Jason was always hiding out. Like, he wasn't really showcased like he was in the later movies.
Where is she?
Oh god! That whatever that neck appliance was they put on his neck looks real. So that slit throat was crazy. That's brutal though. He cut his throat while he was upside down. That's like, first thing I thought of was what they did to that girl in Hostel 2. Oh my god, that poor thing. The girl that played Randy's sister in Scream 3. She's hanging upside down, just completely naked, and that chick's got that big ass it's what is it, like a harvest knife, whatever the children of the corn use, and she just starts cutting her, but then she cuts her throat for the grand finale. It's like, oh. Yeah, Scott's out. He's out of there. And to this day, I don't know how Terry died. Like, cause we see her body later on in Jason's Love Shack, but she's just laying there, and she's laying there all gracefully, like she just died with grace. But you don't know what happened to her. Like, you don't see at least I don't think you see like a knife or a wound or anything. This bar is popping wherever they at. The Charlie B's.
I think I'm alone. No, it's just tremendous effect.
Another little fun fact about me, people. When I used to go to bars and shit like that, like in my 20s and such, my earlier 20s, because that shit got old after a while. But when I did go, you would catch me at the bar for like a minimum of maybe 5 minutes or so. Depends on who I was up there with, who I was talking to, what I was drinking. But I used to hit the floor, man. I'm on the dance floor with it. Like I said, I'm not the best dancer in the world, but you know, like, I used to hate when dudes would go to bars just to be wallflowers and me mug other motherfuckers in there. It's like, you better get on the floor with these chicks. Chicks will be dancing, you know, with their homegirls and shit, and dudes will just watch them. It's like, y'all better get with it. And believe it or not, the people I would go to the bar with, we would get crazy hate because we would get shit popping. I'll never forget the time we used to go to this little hood Spanish bar called Triple C's. It was off of like 5th and Bristol somewhere. I don't even think it's there anymore. I'm not sure. Ages ago. But we had a whole Soul Train line going. And niggas was in there hating. And I'm just like, how y'all gonna get mad at us for getting it popping? Y'all watching these women dance and y'all not making no moves. No, not really.
And he must be out there right now crying for return, for resurrection. What do you think?
I think you're drunk. I'll take that. Just against me, huh?
Not me. No, Paul, I'm really serious about this, though.
Jason's a legend. A legend.
She might be one of the only final girls to really want to know what was going on in Jason's mind and know about the legend and shit like that. It would have been interesting to see her and Tommy Jarvis interact. I would say Tommy Jarvis from part 6 because he knew about the legend. He wanted to find out how to kill Jason and stuff like that. I think those two characters would have complemented each other pretty well. There's actually a fan film coming out with the survivors, not the survivors, but it's called 13 Fanboy or something like that. And it's people that were in the Friday the 13th movies being hunted down by a crazed Friday the 13th fan. And I'm like, come on, man. If we can get these things made, they can, like, come on, man. Victor Miller and Sean Cunningham, y'all have to figure this shit out. And as soon as y'all do, you know what I say? Give the rights of Friday the 13th to Blumhouse. Because y'all know where I'm going with this. And if y'all don't, let me break it down so it can forever be broke. Give Blumhouse the rights to Friday the 13th, right? Because Platinum Dunes and New Line and Paramount, that shit's over. They had their run. Give it to somebody else who will know what to do with it. These movies were made fairly cheap back in the day. I think the most thing you spend money on is the special effects with these types of movies. Blumhouse makes their movies fairly cheap. They get their bang for their buck back, box office wise, and then some. Even the worst movies make money back. But Blumhouse will give Jason a proper return, I think. Same way they did with Michael Myers. They handled the 2018 movie, even though I had my gripes with it. It was a really grounded way to bring Michael Myers back into the fold. And this is coming from somebody who loved Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, but they can bring Jason back, give him his proper dues, introduce some really entertaining, interesting characters in the process. Boom. You got it. It doesn't take a lot to do a Friday the 13th movie. At least I don't think so. And then give Jason maybe 2 more movies to complete a trilogy. And y'all know where I'm going with this. I need my Michael versus Jason crossover after that. Only after Jason gets his dues, though.
What does the winner want?
Yes.
She went right in for the kill too. You know what? Even though she was on his toppity top all crazy, like she was like latched on like a leech to this man's penis. But I admire her confidence. That shit is really attractive. Cause she was on his top, man. And she made the first move. He's like, well, what does the winner want? She's like, guess. She just start lip locking with the ball. And he went for it. He's looking up like, yo, I'm about to get some cheeks. He was probably thinking like, can we have sex while I'm sitting in the wheelchair? Just put your legs around this joint and we'll be good to go. They could have rolled all over the camp. Fucking. I'm sorry, I'm freaked out because if I was wheelchair bound, first of all, I would need an electronic jaw. But if I was wheelchair bound, yeah, we gonna get it in. And she actually asked him. She's like, "Does everything else still work okay?" She's talking about his dick. She know his legs don't work. If y'all heard a little commotion just now, I'm telling y'all, I'm going to kill this fucker, man. This fly is still in here. And I just hit it with a DVD case, and he fell. And what did I do? I nudged it, and he flew away again. This motherfucker ain't going down without a fight, man. I'm telling you. I'll wait until the commentary is over to break out the big guns on this motherfucker. I fucking hate bugs, man. It could be one gnat. I hate them. I can't stand them. The only bugs I can tolerate, and I don't even consider them bugs because they're harmless, are butterflies. Plus, my daughter loves butterflies, so she makes me love them. And them roly-poly things, what are they? Wood louse or something? I don't know if that's the proper term for it, but them roly-poly Jones don't hurt nobody. But they just, it's like, yo, y'all gotta go somewhere, man. There are places for y'all. Lightning bugs are cool too. They're harmless. And they're easy on the eyes. Wouldn't be a Friday the 13th movie without a rain storm. It's another signature thing you have to have in a Friday the 13th movie. I think we had one. Part 1, part 2. Yo, part 3, there was no thunderstorm. There was no storm in part 3. There was in part 4. There's one in part 5 in the third act. In part 6, there's one early on, but it's short-lived. Part 7, I don't think so. Part 8, the whole time they're on the boat, it's raining. Oh, this is probably one of the best deaths in the entire franchise right here. And it sucks, man, because he was going to get some cheeks. Oh, goddamn. See, man. See? So I got a question for y'all, man. How in the hell did he stay in that wheelchair rolling down them steps? How did the wheelchair not flip over? Like, was his balance even in death just that on point? Jason's like, I smell sex in the air. Who's that? Jason, I'm telling you, he can smell when people are having sex. Jason picked up that spear. He said, listen, bitches, I'm about to go Shaka Zulu on y'all asses. I'm mad they didn't show this death scene though, man. Like, these deaths are cool, but they're a little bit pulled back in comparison to the first go round. You know, the Tom Savini stuff in the first movie. He's just smiling like, I love sex. I don't even want to pull out. Just the way she groaned like that, it made it sound like it was just ugh. But they had that used to be on the back cover of the VHS tape. You could see the impact. You could see the spear in Jeff's back, and you could see the reaction shot of Sandra. But they did like a prosthetic little mock-up of everything, but I don't know why they didn't show it. I mean, maybe a lot of people think it's more effective, what you don't see type of thing. Leave it to the imagination. God, what I wouldn't give for another storm, man. It was raining super hard like 2 nights ago or so, and I was loving it, man. That's when I'll turn my TV off, window open, just halfway listening to the rain. And the other night I was listening to the rain and played some Robert Glasper in my headphones. Man, I say listening to the rain and listen to my headphones because I had one earbud in and one earbud out, so I could hear both the rain and my music. But rain is, that's my weather, man. That's when I space out. I get to, I either write or I just get to clear my head and just think a lot better. It's all love until till lightning strikes and the power goes out. That's the part that sucks. I'm telling you, I think you got like 2 years, and if y'all don't answer, I'm out. Be like, y'all here? Here. All right, then I'm out. Ooh. Yo, he really looks dead. Jason just hung him up. Now I always wondered what happened to Jason's thumb. Was that like a makeup thing, or was that the actor's did his thumb really get fucked up? Now, see what I mean? It would have been cool to actually see her. We do see her get killed, but you don't oh my God, man. Y'all get what I'm saying. But I still appreciate that the death scenes got way more creative as the series goes on. And some of the sequels got really, really fucking gory. As far as gore goes, I think the goriest of the Friday the 13th movies is probably Jason Goes to Hell. And as much as I hate that fucking movie, I can tolerate the effects from K&B because they went all out. That really would, if that was going to be the last movie in the series, they went all out.
I'll check upstairs.
These kids smoke better dope than I do.
Why do people call weed dope?
Yeah.
I don't know. Ugh. Yeah, sure, it's a joke with fucking bloody sheets.
Jenny, come on.
Wait for me.
Unless somebody's on the heaviest flow you ever seen, it's time to roll.
Must be the man juice again.
Paul, what's going on here?
Nothing.
Did he just say not a thing?
Where is everybody?
I don't know. Rain stopping. We'll go look for him.
Who will go look for him? I love how calm she said it. Jason was about to impale the shit. Jason was ready. Paul cannot beat Jason in a fisticuffs, man.
Paul, answer me.
Now, how did Jason know when to pop up in this moment? That was a great scare, though. That was great. And it's something about when Jason was quote unquote, not necessarily human, but when Jason bled, like when he could be taken down for a little bit, it's something about that version of Jason that's a little scarier for some reason. I don't know if that made sense just now, but it kind of did in my head. It's scarier because it's like, yo, if this is a guy who can bleed, you know, if Amy Steele kicks him in the nuts and he goes down, why won't he die? Now, if you see Jason from part 7 coming towards you, yeah, of course, you know, like, yeah, we're going to have you know, you're not going to ask, well, why won't he die? She's like, my trusty buggy to the rescue. Piece of shit car. And she actually had the keys. Like, Jenny could have got away. You gotta love how people talk to their cars in horror movies. It's like, come on, car. Like the car is supposed to be like, all right, I was just fucking with you. Jason is a klutz, man. She's not running like her fucking life depends on it either. She kicked him in the chest, or she kneed him in the chest or the stomach, and he held his nuts. I don't know, maybe he's deformed, so maybe that's where they're located. Who knows? Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Knock on wood, if I am ever getting chased by somebody like this, when I say, y'all remember the Pac-Man games, Miss Pac-Man, when you could hit, I think it was the C button on Genesis, and you put the pack boosters on and move a lot faster. When I say I'm putting the pack boosters on my shit, like, it's gonna be smoke coming out of my shoes. I'm not playing no games. Me and my cousin were talking one time, and shout out M. Right. We were talking about if the Return of Living Dead zombies, or one of the fast versions of zombies, I think it was Return of Living Dead or the Dawn of Dead remake zombies, if they were coming rushing down the street towards us. He was like, well, you might be like 2 blocks up, but you gonna look back and see me. I said, 2 blocks up? I'm taking my shoes off for zombies like that. You got me fucked up. I said, don't look for me, cause I'm gonna be on the expressway somewhere. Lungs about to explode. I'm just saying, these people don't run fast enough in horror movies for me. Oh, Jenny, I thought you were smart. She's like, I'll hide under the bed. He'll never find me here. Crazy thing is, people still do this in horror movies. I don't know why. I just thought of the Prom Night remake. That movie's fucking terrible. Y'all can check out my shit show edition commentary for that if y'all want. But I thought of when Brittany Snow in the opening scene, she hides under the bed when her mom is being murdered by the killer. And it's like, who the fuck still hides under the bed? Now, is Jenny peeing on herself, or did the mouse pee? I never knew that. Or did they just add that shot later on to I don't know. Oh my, Jason might as well have a fucking Ghostface costume on, because I'm telling you, man, he is so clumsy. Like I said, chainsaw's back, people. Jason's terrified of that chainsaw. Let's go, Jenny. But he really might as well have a Ghostface outfit on, because like, it's like I always say, people, these people in Scream, you know, I don't care how they fight when they do the reveals, when they take the mask off and they're like, this is why I'm killing everybody, Sydney. Like, but when they put that fucking Ghostface costume on, they become the clumsiest sons of bitches you ever seen in life. They're falling over tables and falling down staircases and just getting their asses kicked all over the place. Speaking of Ghostface, man, I wonder how many people are overly excited about Scream 5. I'm calling it now, people. I think Scream 5 is going to be, I think it's going to be like New Nightmare or something. I think it's going to be like Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell and David Arquette like playing themselves being stalked by a fan or something. But if not, that's cool too. I'm excited to see what they do. I love that shot of Jason just in the distance, just running towards the Love Shack. But Scream, I am excited for, because I want to see what Radio Silence, the directors, do with it. Because Ready or Not was fire. Now see, Alice has got she's a skeleton, a whole skeleton, and she's got the ice pick still in her head. Jason should have used the pickaxe throughout the entire, well, not the entire movie, because he'd have been ripping off Harry Warden from My Bloody Valentine. But he should have used it a lot more in the movie. At least for a kill or two. I wonder what that sweater smells like. That dirty ass Mrs. Voorhees sweater. It shit smell like Sao Paulo. Jason could probably get tetanus from fucking around with that metal in that door.
It's all done, Jason. You've done your job well, and Mommy is pleased.
He's like, huh?
That's a good boy.
Who you?
Now come to Mommy. To Mom.
You know what? It just dawned on me. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that love this scene. I don't mind the scene at all, because it's Jenny going into this child psychology thing. But people will love scenes like this, but hate the fact that Michael Myers' mother is in his head in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I know it's two different calibers of film, but it's the same type of... The only thing that's missing here is a fucking white horse next to Mrs. Voorhees. I'm sorry, I'm just making a comparison.
That's my boy. Come. Kneel down. That's the boy.
Jason really believe, like he's acting through that eye hole right there.
That's my good boy.
He's like, Mama, ain't you dead?
That's a good boy. Good Jason.
She waited entirely too long to fucking kill him. He's like, oh, you play? Why did Paul sound like Forrest Gump? Jenny! Sound like Forrest Gump. You're my girl. Yep, Paul getting his ass kicked again. Per usual. That motherfucker really ran in there, said, Jenny! Oh wait, Terry's got blood on her head. I'm trying to see, like, how did she die? Slow-mo. Jason's looking like, I'm not sure of all the facts, but I'm pretty sure there's a fucking machete in my shoulder. Damn it. He just passed out. Jason didn't even die. He just went into shock real quick. He's looking around like, oh no, she did not. Jason's got a face only a mother could love. She's looking at him like, Paul, but he's beautiful. She's like, no, wait, I'm into this kind of thing. Paul's such a gentleman to carry an injured Jenny back to the cabin for some celebratory sex. He's like, Jenny, now I think it's about time we discuss our relationship in the future, all right? I always believed her pain, that her leg was all fucked up like that, because it always got to me. It's not too cringeworthy, but when Jason slashes her with that pickaxe in her leg, that was always nasty to me. Jenny was ready for war. Paul's like, here, You take the pitchfork, and I'll take this handle. The fuck is wrong with this dude? Alright, just open the damn door. Damn. Big ass build up. Aw, for that little ass dog. Little muffin. Sweetest looking dog in Friday the 13th history. Because who are the other dogs in the series? Tango, Toby, Gordon. Hey. Jason looks like one of Sloth's long lost brothers from the Goonies. Now I will say this. That is one of my favorite unmasked Jason looks. I love that his head, he looks like how Jason would look if he was grown. He's got a beard, he's got long stringy hair, he's got that deformed head with the lumps in it. He's got the one eye that's lower than the other one. I love that unmasked Jason look. That one's dope. Low key, I think I like it better than part 3 when he's unmasked. Part 4 is he just bleh, bleh. I'm trying to figure out who this Mrs. Voorhees severed head looks like, because I'm pretty sure that head looks like an actress or an actor. I'm not saying no names though, because if I thought of it, I wouldn't even probably say it. But Mrs. Voorhees' head is fucked up. She's probably been there for like a decade or so. And on that note, people, we have survived. Once again, we survived Friday the 13th, at least for now, until we go into, I think I'm going to go in order here, because I've got two is in the bag. I've got the final chapter, which is part 4 next, and I think I am going to do it in that order. I'm going to cap this Friday the 13th off later on tonight with Friday the 13th part 6, Jason Lives. But as far as a Friday the 13th movie goes, I will give this one I'll give this an 8.5 out of 10. And I give this an 8.5 out of 10. What keeps it from a 10 is they pulled back from the Tom Savini gore. Of course, they had a different special effects guy, which is cool. But they pulled back from the kill scenes, the magic tricks that people really come to know and love about the series. And, it was just kind of a downer. The characters were okay. But even though we didn't get to spend too much time with some of the characters in the first one, I think I enjoyed seeing them interact on screen more, probably. But other than that, this is definitely one of the few sequels that kind of lives up in every other aspect. It lives up to the first one, and it expands on the Jason Voorhees mythology, the Jason Voorhees character, because they could have did some crazy shit and brought Mrs. Voorhees back, sewn her head back on, or had her grow another one. But nah, they wanted to keep things going because of that jump scare, how successful the movie was in general, but that jump scare at the end. So they wanted to bring an adult Jason into the mix, which I appreciate, man. And you had a dope ass final girl who, I would say she was more effective than Adrienne King's character. Not that I didn't like Adrienne King's character as a final girl in the first movie, but Ginny, she got the fuck shit up every so often, and I just loved her character in general. So she is definitely one of the most underrated final girls in horror movie history. But other than that, people, this is a worthy follow-up, man. This is one of the better Friday the 13th sequels as far as delivery goes. And it's the only one it's not the only one, but I feel like the first 4 movies go hand in hand so perfectly. Yeah, Jason's looks change up every once in a while and it doesn't make sense. How's he grow hair? How's he lose hair? How's he grow hair back and lose it again? Whatever. Doesn't make sense, but the first 4 movies go together so well, man. But this one's definitely decent. And of course, I love the look of Baghead Jason. Rest in peace, shout out to Steve Dash. He was a great Jason, and shout out to Warrington Gillette for being the unmasked Jason. Shout out to Steve Miner for directing this movie and for coming back to direct another Friday the 13th movie. Like I said, part 3 is actually the release of Friday the 13th part 3, the anniversary of its release today. Y'all can check out that Intox commentary if y'all want, featuring M. Wright, who I just had on the show twice this week actually, so big shout out to him. But yeah, man, like I said, shout out Steve Miner, shout out Ron Kurz on the script. I can't remember if that guy is still with us. Hopefully he is. But shout out to Adrienne King for reprising her role and being the opening kill. Rest in peace. Shout out to Betsy Palmer for the flashback sequences. Shout out to Amy Steele. Shout out to the late great Walt Gorney for coming back as Crazy Ralph. John Fury for playing Paul. Everybody that was in this movie did fairly well, man. So big ups to them. And yeah, man, y'all already know where to go on this Friday the 13th. And if y'all don't, which y'all should at this point, but I'll give y'all a pass because it's a special day. It's Jason's birthday and it's Friday the 13th. So y'all get a pass if y'all don't know. But y'all can follow the podcast on Anchor, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public, Podbean, and Podcast Addict. Shout out to Anchor. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Romero Tudor. Shout out to the Facebook movie group, The Cinemaniacs, and shout out to the Facebook movie group, The Horror Virus. Happy Friday the 13th to them too. And last but not least, shout out to the reviewers, the listeners, the lovers, the supporters out there. I gotta thank you guys again so much, man, for getting us to the 8K mark, man. 8K spins, man, and y'all already know we are on our way to the 9K. That climb has commenced as of today, people, and we're gonna get there, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. But thank you guys so much for tuning in always and supporting always, man. Y'all are amazing, man. I'm not gonna get emotional, but what I will never stop doing is showing appreciation to you guys, man. And y'all already know the love and support that y'all show me, I show it back to y'all tenfold and then some. So with that being said, people, yours truly, Romero Tudor. Another episode of Tudor Reviews in the can. I'll check y'all on the next one.